Wait, you want some
Cheese
Chinese?
steak.
I just want to say, B, y'all fed us real good at that event. We
Oh,
did
word?
not. We did not spend money till we went to Wawa's.
Shout out to Wawa.
Shout out to Wawa.
Wawa's.
Wow.
Also,
Best late night sandwich ever.
is great. Also, hey y'all, we got another special guest. We got another special guest.
Hey,
Give
nephew.
it up for Christian. What up, bro?
I'm honored.
Crispy
You honored?
1K.
I'm honored.
I'm glad you honored, man. I'm glad you honored to be on the
His
show.
name is Muslim.
We're
All right.
glad to have you, bro. We glad to have you. Oh man. While
we
BJ
should've,
is mocking your name.
Billy, we should have prepped with Christian's garb as he went to the.
Oh
You
man.
got pictures?
Wait, you got
Huh?
please tell me you got that picture. Somebody
Wait,
got
what
that
y'all talking
picture?
about?
When you
The
drop
garb you went to see Dr. Strange.
Strange. You got that
I'll
picture
go put it
saved?
on. Y'all got it.
Go put it on. Go put it on, bro. Go put it on. Go ahead. We'll wait till go put that on.
No, I just want to know, am I the only one who has not seen it?
Yeah.
All right.
Lord have
For
mercy.
all the members and live audience and members that will see this recorded, Marley Marl is weak because she still ain't seen one of the hottest things going in today's society, which is the MCU and Doctor Strange.
Okay. So I'm double weak because I have not seen Spider-Man. I have not seen either movie.
She's spamming that.
Hey, that was great, BJ. That was great. It was like back to back. That was great. He deserved it all too.
Yeah.
Right, because I haven't. And that's only because I've been
You know
working.
what? Let me not play gunshots after what we just talked about.
Yeah.
I'm leaving that button out of it.
Yes.
That button can't get played today.
I've been working too much lately. I will catch up, I promise. So, because I have not seen those movies, I am going to jump out of this segment because I don't want y'all to ruin it for me.
Yeah, we're about to.
All right, while we momentarily waiting on Christian to come in his attire,
I do want to see his outfit
to set the mood.
I do want to say one thing, and don't say anything, y'all, but I was so excited when I heard on the commercial, when I heard Professor X say, "Show me how Doctor Strange."
Oh, y'all see? Wait, Christian, you gotta do the hand, you gotta do the eye of Agamotto. You gotta do it, bro. You gotta do it with your hands. Let me see the pose, bro.
Come on. Come on, man. Stop playing with it.
Wow.
Look at it.
Look at that. It's all green.
Come on. Oh, God, it's the real time stone right here. This is the time stone.
Oh, man.
Crispy 1K. Okay. Crispy 1K. I just want to know when we going to Comic-Con.
I know, right?
Hey, you send me the date. I'm gonna be there.
I know that's right. I am with
you. Wait, Christian, before
Hey,
please go put your Spider-Man stuff on, bro. Before we
Hold on, man.
Oh my. Okay, I'm not going anywhere till I see that.
He is his mother's child. A kid at heart.
This is great.
Wait, is he about to put on Spider-Man?
What's up to?
No.
I love it. You guys are so great.
No, but look, He's such a good son. I couldn't find time to see the movie. He went and got his sister from dance practice so that I could go to the movie.
I saw that.
What?
I saw that.
He went and picked up his sister from dance practice yesterday so that I would have time to go see the movie.
How about that?
I know. He wanted me to see.
What a guy.
Good kid. He even volunteered. I didn't ask him. I said, okay.
I had to do my part.
You did. Good kid. Good kid.
Oh man.
He's coming back in his Spider-Man.
Yes.
So before I go,
Bird, did you see Spider-Man?
I haven't seen either one.
No, that's why we did so many sounds.
Exactly. That's why you
see
did it back to
Endgame?
back. I just want to. I just have a question.
Probably not.
Exactly.
What do you all rate Doctor Strange?
A scale of 1 to 10?
Yes.
8.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say 8.
Anything lower than a 9 is hating, if you ask me.
B's gonna say 6.
No. I'm gonna say
I'm only giving it an 8.5 for slight reasons.
What?
No, I just said I only gave it an 8.5 because of slight reasons.
What are you saying, B?
I'm going to be in the 8s as well, but I'm going to say 8.3.
Oh Lord!
Oh my God!
On my soul. Okay.
Oh my goodness!
I did not say 8. I did not say out of 100. Okay, so I have another question. What do you all rate Spider-Man?
Oh, 10.
Oh, that's that. Yeah.
11. 12.
Yeah. Spider-Man was better.
B, what do you say about Spider-Man? Okay. I'm for me and you. B, you can't get your fingers right.
I know, right?
I love it. You guys are so good. You point that Illy.
Hey, Christian, you the man. You the man.
Just so y'all know, it is reversible.
Oh, wait.
Oh, and it's reversible.
It is reversible.
You know what?
You the man.
That is the hottest thing I've seen.
True Marvel fan. True Marvel fan.
Y'all are crazy.
You know me.
Okay,
Hey,
Mark, it's gotta go. So it's time
all
to
right,
talk.
I will see you all in the next segment. Christian, you rock. I'm sorry. Crispy 1K.
All right, let's get it.
Let's
Get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into the meat and the potatoes. All right, Doctor Strange. BJ gave it an 8.3. I gave it an 8.5. Charla Mae, you said 8? Is that what you said?
I said 8, yeah.
And Christian, you give it a
I gotta go like a 9.2.
okay,
9.2. Okay.
Okay. All right. Woo! All right. So all I want to say is, man, I it's one thing that not one thing that stands out, but it's one quote that stands out. When Scarlet Witch was dream walking and she was talking to Reed Richards, and Reed Richards, you know, he was talking to her, and then she said he said he had children, right? She was like, does the children have a mother?
Mm-hmm.
He said yes, and she said good, because somebody be able to take care of them. I said, woo!
There will be someone left to raise them.
Man, I'm like, Scarlet Witch ain't playing.
She was cold. She was cold.
Man. Whew.
I was shocked.
Okay, so I have questions. Wait, first we have a special guest, so I got to go ahead and get your opinion. I know, Illy, I'm not taking your job away, but I want to hear before I ask my questions, because one of the reasons I gave it an 8.3 is because I have questions. So, do I go ahead, Christian? Tell us why you gave it a 9.2.
Scale of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that movie was groundbreaking, just as far as That is the first horror film that they had implemented in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Facts.
And
Horror film?
also
Why'd you say
something
that?
huh?
Horror? Okay, I want to hear what. Go ahead, I'll let you finish. Now I got more questions.
When they first announced the movie and all that stuff, they were saying that they wanted it to be like the first horror type of film in the MCU, and they followed through on that. And something else that I don't think a lot of people caught on, but I pay attention to little details like this. A lot, probably about 85% of the shots in that movie, that was all practical camera work. That wasn't CGI. And a lot of those shots just look beautiful to me. Like at the fight at Camartage, when like Scarlet Witch was floating above Camartage, that was all practical. That was not
smoke.
Yep. When Doctor Strange flew up there and they was talking in the sky for a second, that was practical. That was not CGI. And like that to me, that really kind of gave it like extra push. I was like, okay, they really did their thing with this one. And like a lot of people were saying they expected more cameos and all that stuff. And my argument with that, if they would have did that, it wouldn't have been a Doctor Strange movie. It was Doctor Strange's movie. And I think the amount of cameos they had in there was perfect. I mean, when we've never seen, I would probably say, aside from an Avengers movie, and I guess you could say Civil War as well, we've never seen that many characters come back in one like movie. You know what I'm saying? Like Reed Richards, that was amazing. Black Bolt, which I feel like a lot of people didn't even know who that was. I don't know how many people watched it.
They don't. Explain.
Explain what? Black Bolt? There was a ABC Marvel series called Inhumans, and the writing on that show wasn't that great, which is why it wasn't really successful. Yeah. Honestly, Black Bolt, he was probably like the one bright spot in that series.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people didn't really know who he was, or maybe
Which character was
he?
he?
They didn't even.
He was the leader of the Inhumans. He was the leader.
Yep, the leader
of the
Inhumans.
Okay.
Yep. And just I don't know, just the way that like some of those scenes were set up, like that scene where they was on Titan and they showed Thanos with the blade through his chest dead, and then they were sitting there and they were talking about, you know, how Doctor Strange in their universe was using a Darkhold and dream walking, and he caused an incursion, and you know they had to kill him. Like that was just, to me, like that was amazing. Like the way that they wrote the movie, the way that some of those shots were filmed, it was great to me.
Yes. All right, Christian. Great breakdown. So BJ, what questions did you have?
Wait, before Charla, because my question's gonna go on forever.
I got you. Okay, Charla Mae, give your focus.
So Christian kind of shot me down a little bit because here's the problem. It was a great movie, but it came after Spider-Man. And Spider-Man was so like epic. So I was looking for that Spider-Man type excitement and cameos. And they gave away the biggest cameo, which was Professor X. So I wish they just hadn't have given that away in the commercial, and then I would have been a little more surprised. So then when I saw, you know, I didn't know that what's his name was Reed Richards, Krasinski, right? I didn't know he was a fan favorite until Christian told me yesterday.
The Office.
Right. And I was just like, so that wasn't that exciting to me. Now, maybe had I known it was a fan thing or a fan favorite thing, I'd be a little more excited. I didn't know much about Black Bolt except from a couple videos I saw. I knew about the other Marvel and the other America. So
Captain Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah. But then I was just like, so I just wanted like one more person to come and blow my mind. So I think they should have just kept Professor Xavier like top secret, and then I probably would have fell out. But otherwise, I thought it was a really good movie. Hold on, I wrote some notes down. I told Christian my favorite part was the music fight. Like I know that was just crazy to me when they were fighting with the music notes. That was crazy.
Oh yeah.
That was super cool. I was just like, okay. And shout out to Christian because he's my Marvel coach. So he encouraged me strongly to watch What If. So I had to prepare and watch What If before I can go see Doctor Strange. So I made sure I watched What If, and it was something else I needed to catch up on before I watched it. What was that? Of course, WandaVision. But I feel like it was something else I needed to know. So then I had come across a video and I shared it with you guys about the Young Avengers. So I'm seeing that coming together. So that was exciting to see Miss America and see her, begin to become who she's going to end up being. So I was excited about that. So like I said, I think the only hard thing with the movie is that it came after Spider-Man, and Spider-Man was probably like the best one I've ever seen. So then it was like, I was just trying to compare it to Spider-Man, and it just was a totally different movie. But I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it.
That's good.
So I'm sorry, Illy, were you gonna say something before I jump in?
No. I want your question.
Here's my question. I got a bunch of them. Number one, if Wanda kept dreaming about a child, how is she dreaming about? I understand. Was it she dreaming about because if you saw WandaVision, obviously she had those kids, but was she still sort of kind of dream walking? Or was she just dreaming about what she had done in that WandaVision?
You talking about early on in the movie?
In the very first scene, she wakes up. She keeps saying, "I keep having this dream about these kids."
Okay, so
go ahead.
So what happened with that was, soon as the events in that last Loki episode happened, when the multiverse, when it broke or tore or whatever word you want to use, exploded, whatever.
Yeah.
So now, when these Marvel characters, heroes, villains, when they're dreaming, some of them are dreaming and seeing other versions of themselves in other multiverses or other universes.
Gotcha.
So that's what Doctor Strange was saying. That's what his dream was early on. He thought it was a dream, and that's when Miss America was like, "No, that was real, bro." So Wanda was also doing the same thing.
Okay. So my next question is, why? I think Ellie, I think you answered this again, but so in the multiverse, when they killed Doctor Strange, they killed him for doing what wrong again? I mean, if he
go ahead, Christian, you can answer this one.
So he was dream walking. So the same thing that Wanda was doing when she killed the Illuminati, the same thing that Strange was doing at the end of the movie when he reanimated Defender Strange's dead body. He was dream walking because he was trying to find solutions in other universes on how to stop Thanos in their universe. And through him dream walking, he caused an incursion, which is a word that they used a couple times, which an incursion is where the wall between two universes essentially disintegrates, and the two Earths in each universe start to collide. And in order to prevent that, one of the universes has to be destroyed that's involved in the incursion. And he ended up destroying another universe in that incursion when he was dream walking, trying to find those solutions, how to stop Thanos. And so, which this is just a little side note. In our universe, our Doctor Strange, he didn't dream walk. He used the time stone to see all those different outcomes to see which one they actually defeated Thanos. So that's a little cool Easter egg right there on how that universe differentiated from ours. But so yeah, when Doctor Strange, and when you see in that scene when they showed before they killed him, his fingertips were black. That was from him using the dark hole to dream walk. When they killed their universe's Doctor Strange, his fingertips were black because he was using the dark hole to dream walk.
Yeah, that was another, like Christian said, another Easter egg to give you that the dark. Anytime some like Agatha and WandaVision, when she had the dark hole, her fingertips were black. Scarlet Witch in this movie, her fingertips were black because that's what the dark hole does to you.
Okay. So, but here's my question. The Illuminati only exist in one universe. Why don't we have a universe in this current Doctor Strange's? There's no Illuminati.
This is different universes.
Yeah. Is that like that's how we have the Avengers, right? Like I think they team up different ways.
Well, no, because they still have the Avengers in that universe, and the Illuminati could exist because if you think about it, we haven't seen any of those characters in our universes yet.
Gotcha.
Like we see, don't get me wrong, we've seen Captain Marvel, not the same Captain Marvel, but we have Captain Marvel in our universe, and we also had Captain America.
Hey, Chris, do you see this question on here?
Yeah.
That was funny.
That is funny, yeah.
I just goes to show Mortal still ain't Doctor Strange, man. He wanted to be, but he just
exactly.
not.
He wants to be. Right.
But it is a good point. Like that's how he got defeated. He just was stuck.
So explain that beef. Explain that beef with Mortal.
Did you see the first Doctor Strange? Did you see the very first Doctor Strange?
The first Doctor Strange movie.
Huh? Say it again.
At the end, did you see the first Doctor Strange movie
that
came out in 2016? So at the end of that movie,
I need the what?
Unbelievable. Wait, hold on, wait. Yeah, he need that. Go ahead, Chris.
All right, go ahead.
But that first Doctor Strange movie, Mordo is like the type of person who likes to be by the book and he likes to follow all the rules. He doesn't like to break any rules. He likes to, keep things tight. And in that movie, a lot of rules get broken because the Ancient One, who was Doctor Strange's, and she was the Sorcerer Supreme before Doctor Strange came around. The big plot twist in that movie was that she had been using power from the dark dimension to keep herself alive for all the thousands of years that she was alive and to be as powerful as she was. And in that movie, Doctor Strange trapped Dormammu in the time loop to essentially save Earth and keep him from devouring, the Earth's dimension and all that stuff. And Mordo didn't like that. He didn't like that she was drawing power from the dark dimension. He didn't like that Doctor Strange was manipulating time. And at the end of the movie, he essentially tells Doctor Strange, I can't keep doing this. Like, I can't keep breaking the rules and I can't keep breaking, the laws of physics and all this stuff. It's just not right. And in the post-credit scene, he goes and essentially sucks all the magic out of another sorcerer that they showed earlier in the movie who was just using magic to walk because he was paralyzed. Mordo essentially sucked all his power out and was like, there's too many sorcerers, blah, blah, blah. Kind of setting him up to be some sort of villain in the future. We never really got to see that in our current universe, but that essentially carried over into their universe. And I think the point that they were trying to get at with that was just that in all universes, Mordo is just jealous of Doctor Strange and, he wants to be, I guess, his superior, but he just can't. And that's pretty much how I perceived it. You guys might have a different perception of it, but
let me ask.
What was that comment before?
Yeah, all in the game. He's basically saying how he's saying can't gloss over the fact that Scarlet Witch wanted to kill Miss America, who's a teenage girl, and then he was saying how let me pull it up here, and to find her children who don't know who she is and have their own mother in their universe, and she didn't try to find a universe that had Vision and her kids both in it. So let me answer that. So a lot of people was asking about that. Where was Vision? Where was Vision? And I had that same question. But so in those universes where you saw those different Wandas with the kids, she didn't have the wedding band on. And I didn't notice it in the movie myself. But she didn't have the wedding band on, which means her and Vision were separated. So Vision was in the universe, they just weren't together. That's the answer to that first question. And about killing the teenage girl, yeah, you're right. She essentially was, but it was because of the Darkhold. I mean, it wasn't Wanda, it was the Darkhold. So that's my second answer to that.
So going back to that though.
Am I back? My Wi-Fi.
Whose kids are they then? Now
Yeah,
you brought up another
back.
question.
Okay.
Go ahead, BJ.
Now you brought up another
what y'all said.
Oh, okay. Now you brought up another question. Who in these other universes or in these other comics is Wanda's father? I mean, the father of her kids.
Oh, Vision.
It can't be, right? He can't have kids, can he?
Yes.
Vision is synthetic.
Created the kids,
and he's
but
synthetic,
in
the
comics, I think her kids.
He's still able to shift. But go ahead, Christian.
No. You go ahead. What you were saying?
Yeah, he's able to shift into being able to generate the parts to have kids with Wanda.
Because her kids have powers, so it would make you think they got them from someone else, some other type of superhero that she may have impregnated her. That was
one of her kids got some of the powers from her brother,
twin. Yeah.
Wait, so why do we assume that they're separated? Like, I thought it was strange too that her whole thing in WandaVision, she was fixated on trying to get back to Vision, and then all of a sudden Vision doesn't matter and she's just fixated on a kid. So I agree.
Elizabeth Olsen actually spoke on that in an interview after the movie came out, and she essentially just said that the whole point behind that was to kind of show an independent version of Wanda who didn't need a spouse, pretty much. Long story short.
Yeah.
It's a little
and in the comics, her and Vision separate. They don't stay together.
It's a little inconsistent, but fine.
So my next
multiverse.
And also, do I want to tell you? I forget. I'll tell y'all. No. Also, in the comics, Scarlet Witch and Doctor Doom get together. So I want to see that story. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I would love to see that story.
So go ahead, my other question is, didn't Wanda? I mean, I'm sorry, Doctor Strange break rules in Spider-Man? So why? How come he's not being punished? That's what I thought this movie was really about. That's why I gave it an 8.3, because I thought because of what he did with Spider-Man, it's like, all right, and you had all these multiverses kind of combining, which is why we saw all the other Spider-Mans come to the aid of the one Spider-Man. But my point is, you broke rules again, Doctor Strange, and even in the movies they said you're the worst enemy we have because you keep breaking rules. So who was responsible for punishing him in this universe?
That's He Who Remains that they killed at the end of Loki.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why all this is able to transpire, because He Who Remains no longer exists. He was the one that kept the timeline in the Earth 616 universe. He was the one that kept that in order. Yeah. His little TVA whole thing, that's what kept MCU's timeline separated from all the other universes, and that's what kept them from colliding and all that stuff. But once he died and the TVA no longer existed, that's when all this started to transpire.
Wait, can you go back to All in the Games comment? He's like verifying the fact that there's just not continuity, right? So WandaVision head writer should have been brought in officially to consult, because so they didn't. How do you not watch all of WandaVision? There's just definitely some lack of continuity, which is okay. It happens when you have so many different parts and pieces.
Why do you say that?
That takes away from Wanda's role as the main antagonist, though, doesn't it?
What?
Because Vision wouldn't have let her just go through the multiverse and slaughter whoever.
It's just still strange that she doesn't even mention him. That's all I'm saying. Even if you say we're separated, but you just don't even mention the guy that you were obsessed and were destroying universes for a couple shows ago. That's all. So it's just not. It's like a continuity.
She did mention Vision twice in the movie. That's first.
She did.
What did she say?
Mentioned him twice.
Oh, I forgot.
In the first conversation, Doctor Strange asked her about the multiverse, and she said Vision had his theories, blah, blah, blah. That was one.
She did.
And then the second time, when her and Doctor Strange met in the air that Christian detailed, she said, I had to kill the man that I love, and it all meant nothing.
She did. She mentioned them. But
so wait, so are you guys talking about Vision in the MCU or the Vision in the universe that she was dreamwalking in?
I'm just saying that, correct me if I'm wrong, in WandaVision, wasn't her whole thing about keeping, Vision alive and bringing him back because she had lost him. Isn't that what happened?
She put a hex on a small town just to
her.
cope with her depression. Yeah,
right. So now you go from that to she's 100% fixated on bringing her kids back. So it's the same thing. But she's just not even worried about Vision anymore
because she got
all of her kids, and it's just
she got closure.
Yeah, she got closure with Vision, but not with
the
her
hex. Before she pulled the hex all the way, before she destroyed the hex, essentially, that whole last exchange between her and Vision, that was the closure. That was her getting closure about him not being in her life anymore.
Yep.
But she didn't have closure with the kids because she had never, I guess, had the kids prior to her making that hex.
Exactly.
So she didn't get any closure with the kids. She just had to say, thanks for letting me be your mom. And then when she was at the end of the post-credit scene of WandaVision.
Yep, I was about to say that.
When she was using the Darkhold, when she was reading through the Darkhold, and her kids called her name, that let her know that her kids still existed somewhere. She knew that Vision no longer existed, but when she found out that it was a possibility of her kids existing somewhere,
it was all about the kids.
I want to go be with my kids.
Yep.
Got you. So let me ask you this. What is this relationship between Wanda and the Scarlet Witch? Does Wanda have powers but are limited until she becomes the Scarlet Witch? Or does she become Scarlet Witch and knows how to control it? Or go ahead.
So the Scarlet Witch is a Nexus being. So there's only one Scarlet Witch throughout the entirety of the MCU.
Yep.
So when she absorbed all of Agatha's powers in the WandaVision, I guess, I don't know if it's a power threshold or how that necessarily comes about to where she reaches the point that she becomes the Scarlet Witch, but I do know there's only one. Wanda in every universe has her powers, but there's only one Scarlet Witch.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Man.